This video is brought to you by the lovely sponsors below. Thank you so much for your support.
We know before we take down the tree, we'll inevitably have to fight Hinako for at least one more time here. As a crypter, there's no way she's gonna give up easy.
And from what we saw, she got one hell of a glow up. From one bookworm to another. Damn.
From what you said happened, it sounds like she's going to stick near XIANG Yu as well, so I'd count on facing them both together. I fought XIANG Yu before, and a three-pronged attack will get us closer to the Emperor with the way the palace is laid out. We'll need to engage them together and then separate them to get rid of their advantages.
I can handle Hinako, or whatever she's calling herself now. Get XIANG Yu out of the way and we can set up a bounded field to keep them apart.
I'll trust you to cover it, but if I get done, I'll back you up. With the poison debuff, Mystic Codes can't be used for the first 5 turns, which can make this a more drawn-out fight, since our options are more limited here.
I saw what Hinako could do before, and there's no way she'll be able to spam her Noble Phantasm like that again.
Maybe not. But if we can't separate them, she's going to be supporting her partner, and that can make this more deadly. As an assassin, her NP only takes 3 turns to charge, so even if it's not every turn, it's still going to be an issue pretty often. The challenge here will be when we break her first HP bar.
I already did the research. She's gonna buff XIANG Yu with Heretical Doctrine Vicissitude of Flowers to nullify class disadvantage. As a Berserker, he will deal 1.5 times bonus damage against servants without any drawbacks for the class. Couple this with his debuff immunity, and he's going to be a monster to fight even before his own break bars.
Upon breaking his first bar, XIANG Yu will assume his unconquerable form, granting him a buff that when hit, inflicts Skill Seal on the attacker for 1 turn. This skill lasts for 5 turns. In addition, if you haven't broken Consort Yu's health bar already, she will give him that Heretical Doctrine buff now as well. Upon breaking his final bar, XIANG Yu will enter his Extremity form. He will then give himself another 5-turn buff that triggers upon being attacked, sealing the attacker's Noble Phantasm for 1 turn.
Skill Seal, NP Seal on top of Mystic Codes being sealed? Yeah, that would not leave too many options out in the open of a straight fight.
Then let's hope it doesn't come to that. Are you sure you can take on Hinako by yourself?
I said I could handle it, didn't I? You worry about your own fight.
Alright, fine. Sorry for showing some concern.
I knew it wouldn't be long before you came sniffing around, Celestine. That's far enough.
Showtime. You remember the plan, don't you?
Yeah, the big guy's ours. Mordred!
Lord XIANG Yu! Release me. Now.
And if I said I just wanted to talk?
You'd be a liar just like everyone else in this fallen empire.
Then I admit it. Cards on the table. I'm here because I want something.
From me?
Something only you have, in fact. And killing you or talking to you wouldn't really make a difference.
If you're asking for a favor, this is a terrible start.
I'll be blunt then. The Lost Belt. Do you even want it?
That's what this is about? You think you could do better if you just had the opportunity? That this little corner of reality could be yours?
Well, obviously you aren't doing much with it if it's not expanding, and you seem to like the Emperor about as much as we do.
Tell me, Celestine, have you ever been in love?
I fail to see how this is relevant.
Figure it out.
You don't want the Lost Belt. You don't like the Emperor. But you did want XIANG Yu and were willing to kill your own servant to defend this place. So if it isn't the tree you're defending, this is all about Quasi-Zero, isn't it?
He has a name. They both do. Did.
I'll leave that as a touchy subject then. Love seems like a rather intangible reward for putting yourself through, well, this?
He's everything to me. I've worked for so long, and...
You thought he'd be a rider?
He always loved to ride. The sight of him commanding from the front was all I could think about when I pictured him summoned again. Not Quasi-Zero.
Instead, he is a robotic centaur berserker controlled by a psycho dictator, and seems to have no memories of the past. Tough break. At this point, can you even consider them the same person?
Of course it has to be. Lunling knew I couldn't live with myself otherwise.
Right, so let's cut a deal. I know what you want, and you know what I want.
What you want is worthless.
I'll be the one to determine that. Release your lost belt to me, and you can go about doing whatever you want with Quaji Zero.
What's this I hear? Tragic. Boring Ukta is getting cold feet about our deal. That won't do now, will it?
I see you survived.
No thanks to you, darling.
If I remember correctly, I'm the one responsible for getting you out. As far as favors go, I'll take immediate control of this lost belt in return. Even trade, wouldn't you say?
My, what brass you got there. Guess it's time for the little fantasy tree to stop hiding and wake up. Regardless of what either of you have going on being traitors here, I have to do my job properly after all. I'll just let my y'all take up the task in destroying the gurus for you.
This has nothing to do with you.
Truly, I can just picture the look on poor Pepe's face when he hears you died so tragically here after betraying everyone.
No one's dying here. This doesn't have to be a fight.
Oh yes, indeed. This world is designated for being pruned. The world and history of the gurus is no doubt the real and genuine pan-history. The idea of living here peacefully? Nothing but lies, truly unobtainable. You'd just be delaying the inevitable until it fell apart around you.
You're forgetting me, and I'm a little tired of being underestimated here. You say this lost belt is destined to fail. Well, who is the one who decided that outcome? It still exists at this very moment, and with those people alive and breathing, and taking their very first steps towards learning how to read and build their civilization from the ground up without the Emperor holding their hand all the way. And who did that? Me. And I'm not about to let this opportunity fail, because I have a chance to try and see what I can do to make a difference. We haven't even tried to save a lost belt before, or merge it with our reality, or try to bring people back to us from another region. Without answers to these questions, what kind of scientist would I be to just give up and roll over?
No wonder people hate you. Such human arrogance. Scientists always try to play God until they hit their limits.
I'm not playing. With the power to reshape the course of human events, there's so much we could learn that we would never be possible in a consistent linear timeline.
I don't really care, honey. If you want to throw your hat in the ring, then all I can say is, good luck.
I really won't be able to keep him, will I?
The odds of that are, well, whether you can keep him or not, we need to deal with the Emperor.
If you really want to control the Lost Belt, you need the tree. With all the commotion, he'll be guarding it closely.
You don't have to come. Cyrus will engage him soon enough, and PT was setting up an ambush, so with any luck, he'll already be dead and we can focus on the tree.
No. I should be there. I owe it to Lord XIANG YU to be there until the end. If it isn't too late already.